Good day, everyone. I'm Aliana Manigo, and today I'll be discussing our research study entitled Exploring the Impact of Academic Stress on Emotional Well-Being Among Criminology Students at St. Francis Xavier College. In our study, the independent variable is academic stress, which includes factors such as pressure to perform, workload, perception, academic perception, and time restraints. Meanwhile, the dependent variable is emotional well-being, which includes community or belonging, coping or stress management, purpose or meaning, and subjective well-being. Next is the background of the study. The background of our study explains the reason why we choose this topic and why is it important to conduct. Globally, many students are now experiencing more mental health problems due to academic pressure. According to the World Health Organization, stress, anxiety, and depression have become more common among college students worldwide. Next, in the national context, in the Philippines, the Commission on Higher Education reported that many Filipino students experience psychological distress because of heavy academic workloads and performance pressure. Locally, here at St. Francis Xavier College, criminology students face challenges such as time management, strict academic requirements, and these demands can cause high level of stress which may affect their emotional well-being. So this situation inspired us to conduct our study to better understand how academic stress impacts the emotional well-being of criminology students and to help promote better mental health support in our institution. So for our research gap, most previous studies focus on general college student or other programs. However, very few studies focus on criminology student, specifically in our institution at St. Francis Xavier College. So this research gap inspired us to conduct this study to better understand how academic stress specifically affects the emotional well-being of criminology student and to provide information that may help to improve the student support and can create programs in our institution. So next is the possible consequences if the identified problem is not addressed. So if academic stress among criminology students is not properly addressed, so there are several consequences can occur. So first, student may experience burnout and emotional exhaustion. Second, they may struggle academically or even drop out of school. Third, could lead to long-term mental health issues such as depression or suicidal thoughts. And fourth, may negatively affect the quality of future professionals in the field of criminal justice. Next is the research objectives. Our study has three main objectives. First, to determine the level of academic stress among criminology students in terms of pressure to perform, perception of workload, academic self-perception, and time restraints. Second is to determine the level of emotional well-being among criminology students in terms of community or belonging, coping or stress management, purpose or meaning, and subjective well-being. And the last objective, or the third objective, is to examine whether there is a significant relationship between academic stress and emotional well-being among criminology students. So next is the theoretical framework. Our research is based on two theories. First, the transactional model of stress and coping by Lazarus and Folkman. It explained that stress happens when someone feels that the demands of a situation are greater than what they can handle. So second is the stress and coping theory by Leakey and Cohen says that social support like help from friends, family, or classmates can reduce the negative effects of stress. So these theories help us understood how students deal with academic stress and maintain their emotional well-being. Now we're done in chapter 1. Now let's proceed to chapter 2, the methodology. So for our research design, we use a non-experimental quantitative correlational method. So this means we did not manipulate variables, but instead we look for relationships between academic stress and emotional well-being. The respondents of the study will be the criminology students who enrolled in academic year 2025 to 2026. So our respondents were 241 criminology students from all year level, from first year to fourth year, from a total population of 643 students. We come up with 241 criminology students by the use of Rosov calculator. So in research local, our study will be conducted at St. Francis Xavier College, situated in Barangay 5, San Francisco, Agusan del Sur. So this is the map where St. Francis Xavier College located. So next is the ethical consideration. We also made sure to follow strict ethical standards throughout the study. So first, we have the voluntary participation. Participation will be free and voluntary. And also informed consent. Respondents will be informed of the purpose, procedures, and confidentiality of the study. We ensured also the anonymity, meaning no names, personal information were revealed, and all responses were kept confidential and securely stored. We also avoided plagiarism and follow the do no harm principles, ensuring no physical or emotional risk to respondents. And that will be the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening.